It's Kamal Fernandez here. Hopefully I'm coming out live. I'm just going to give it a moment just to see if anybody's joining me. And I'm going to do this quick little demonstration and talk about informal play retrieves, a really vital skill for any foundation training. So I'm just going to give it a moment to make sure I'm coming out live. Excellent, got somebody join me. Who's that? Oh, excellent. Okay, I've got Jamie with me. Okay, cool. So, I thought I would do this quick live just to go over informal play retrieve. An informal play retrieve is a really, really useful skill to have for any dog sports, whether you do agility, obedience, IPO, IGP I should call it, Mondio, anything. It's a really, really great skill to have where your dog will drive out, pick up the toy and come back. So I thought I'd come to the training room. You can see the mirrors in the background, really, really good for heel work training. Those of you that train heel work, invest in some little mirrors, maybe not quite as extravagant as these, but to train because it's going to help you. I've got, one of my dogs with me. I'm going to run through the demonstration very quickly and talk through the various parts. So an informal play retrieve is made up of several entities. Obviously your dog has to have a level of desire for a toy. So if you refer back go to my Facebook page, you will see there's a live I did on points of pressure for play. I would say it's just having a look at that, revisiting the importance of playing with your dogs and all the mechanical skills involved. And that's one of the things that are covered extensively on the foundation course, which I've been releasing this week on my online training. So have a look at that. It's in one of the videos, and then what I'll probably do is post it in this thread later on. But an informal play retrieve is obviously your dog has to have a level of desire for a toy. You can teach your dog to bring things back to you. I want to teach my dogs to bring a toy back in order to engage with me again. And there's some little pieces of the puzzle that will really, really help you. So the first thing is you want to train your dog to engage with a toy. Once your dog's happily engaging with a toy, you want to teach them to switch toys, okay? And I'm going to show you that with one of my dogs shortly. So the dog will alternate from one toy to another, and they will drop one toy, release, and switch to another toy, yeah? So that's one of the games that I play with my dogs. Another game that I play is to build value for my hands. So my dog wants to drive my toys into my hands. I do a game called Spider Hands, where I encourage my dogs to chase my hands and to deliver things to my hands. Alternatively, if your dog does a hand touch, you can use that to act as a conduit to get the ball rolling. But it's really important that you teach your dog to bring it to your hands. Or, personally, I don't have a problem with my dogs jumping up. I'll encourage my dogs to jump up and bring it to my person. Third thing that you need is your dog being able to do a recall where they will drive to you. So one of the foundation skills is a restrained recall, where you have somebody hold the dog and run away, and the dog is called, and you release the dog and the dog chases after you. Obviously I've got a second person with me to demonstrate that, but there is other games that you can play to encourage your dog to return to you, and I'm going to show you a couple of variations of that. Alright, so let's crack on with the demonstration. So I've got some treats here, and I've got my dog off to the side. So I've got two toys with me. The type of toy that you use is quite important to consider and think about. I like to use toys with handles on them that I'm quite happy for my dogs to tug. My preference is a ball and a rope, simply because I can throw it and I can do more with it. I'm just going to get rid of my keys out of my pocket. There we go. So I've got my pockets empty, so getting ready to train my dogs. So I like to use toys with shortish handles, but ones that I can throw and I can create a bit of distance on. Again, for an informal play retrieve, it's really handy if you can get a bit of leverage on your throwing. So one of the skills I'd encourage you as a handler to do is to practice throwing accurately. So if, for example, where several of the behaviours that an informal play retrieve will come in really useful is, say for example, if you're training weaves. A lot of people whose dogs don't weave independently, it actually isn't necessarily to do with the dog's ability to weave, it's about their reinforcement placement. And if your dog has the skill to be able to drive to a toy on the floor and bring it back to you, whether it be placed still on the ground or you throw it, that can expedite and improve your dog's ability to do weaving, because your dog can weave, you can be away from the dog, throw the toy to the base of the weaves, reinforce the dog and it comes back to you. That's a really, really useful skill to have. So again, one way in which having an informal play retrieve can help you. Same, for example, in obedience, if I was working at a distance exercise, I can click my dog and throw the toy to it and it will bring it back. Now the alternative is if my dog doesn't bring the toy back, now I'm going to have to think about either managing the dog's behaviour, having a second person to train with, not releasing the toy to them, using food, which means that I'm compromising on the preferred reinforcement for the dog. All right, so I'm going to just do the various entities with fire. I'm going to first show you what I want the end goal to be. Okay, good. Good. So what I want my dog to do is out, ready, get it, fire, quickly, up, and bring it back. Good. Wow. Now she should persist, trying to engage me in the toy. Good girl. Until I can get it. Good girl. Out. Good. So I can also do that from a control position. 5, 6. Good. Ready. Get it. Whee! Fine. And she brings it straight back to my hand. That's what we're looking to create. So obviously Fire likes to tug a toy. And I can initially start with getting her to switch on another toy. When you first do this, okay, as you can see she's really tugging on that toy and my hand is moving, I'm going to pull this toy into my leg, so I'm effectively minimising the amount of tugging that she can do. As I do that, I'm going to produce my second toy, and I'm going to make this really interesting, and I'm going to cue her to release onto it, okay? So pull it into me, switch, yeah. So she knows the game. What your puppy will probably do is they will hang on to it for a little bit and I'll start to pull intently into it. Good girl. So I'm going to just see if I can replicate that with her. Good. And you may have to work a little hard to get onto it. Switch. Yeah, good girl. And activate. Now you can do this on the floor as well. Okay? If that's the case, good girl. So I pull it into my body. Switch. Yes, good. And I get the dog to come onto the second toy. Okay? Good girl. Thank you. Good. Sit. Good. So once the dog understands that, and they're switching between one toy and another, excuse me. Good girl. I can then ask the dog to, I can release the toy and say the cue to switch. Okay, ready? So get it, get the dog to tug. And now I'm going to progress to letting go of this toy. Now she has an option. She can take it off and run off with it. Due to my timing, if my time is correct, I should be able to get her to come back to it. So switch. Good. And she comes on to the second toy. What often they will do is, thank you. Right there? Good girl. If they will hang on to the first toy. If that's the case, just really work and make this toy super interesting. Your second toy is super interesting. Ready? Get it? So again, I'm keeping hold of it, so I'm controlling it to a degree. Letting go. Switch. Yeah. And I make this toy super interesting. Okay, and she'll spit that first toy out and come to the second toy. Good girl. Alright? Once the dog understands that, I can start to do this standing up, and I'm creating a little bit more distance. Okay? So I'll begin with the first toy. I'm going to slightly weight shift and almost throw her in the opposite direction, okay? Switch. Hey. There, good girl, nice. Okay, so she spat the toy out and came off the second toy. Good girl. Let's do that again. So I'm going to throw in the opposite direction. Tug, tug, tug. Throw. Switch. Good. Okay, super. Good girl. Out. Once the dog can do that, okay, that in itself might take you a little bit of work, you're going to progress it to throwing the toy off and saying the cue as the dog turns and faces you. Okay, ready, come here, collar. So ready, get it, switch. Good, and she drops the first toy, comes on to the second toy, alright? Good. I'm going to do that again the other way. Thank you. Good. Ready, get it, switch. Okay, so she's now spitting toy A out to get toy B, alright? So that's one piece of the puzzle, good girl. Now, thank you, I want to get the dog to have value for my hands. I can do that in several ways, and I can do that with a hand touch. So I'm going to do some hand touches with her, okay? Okay, let's get rid of my toys. And I can teach the dog to pick up things and deliver to hand, breaking down a little retrieve, an informal retrieve. I'll get a little object, ready, so get it. Right. Yep. Good. So she'll deliver. She'll seize my palm facing her thigh. Good girl. And she'll target that. So. Yep. Good. So she'll drive into my hand. It pops. Good girl. Yep. Good. Yeah. So she sees that. Yep. Good. So she's beginning to get value. Excuse me, madam. There's treats up there. Come here. Good girl. Right there. Good. So she's getting value for my hands. Okay. And I can move those around. Ready. Yep, good. So I'm checking her for that. Yep, good. So she'll target my hand. Again, if you've taught a duration hand touch, that's really handy to have. Once the dog can understand that, I can progress to having items that she can bring to my hand. So I'm just going to use this board marker. Ready, ready. Good. Okay. Fine. Sit. Good girl. So once the dog's got that little bit and the dog has value for my hands, and you can do that, okay, you can do that with food, or alternatively you can do it via play. So I'm going to show you the version to do with play. Okay? So I'm going to go back to having one toy now, and I'm actually going to work on the dog just driving to my hand without the use of a hand touch. Get it? Okay, get it. Yeah. Ready. So I'm getting her to chase my hands, whoa, and pushing her, whoa, whoa, whoa. So she's got value, as you can see. Yeah, this one, yeah, this one, yeah, this one. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Hey, you. Yeah, good. Okay, so she wants to desperately touch my hands, and I can pat my hands on the ground. Oh, good. So puppies generally, thank you. Good. Settle. Good. Puppies generally want to engage with your hands, and you can use their desire to sort of engage with your hands as a means to which to create the dog wanting to bring things to your hands. So once my dog can consistently engage with my hands, either via a hand touch, or I can do what I call spider hands, where I make my hand like a little spider and encourage them to chase it. I can now piece the two things together. Okay, ready, so I can throw. Ready, get it, hey! Oh, and encourage them to, yeah, good. And then a tiny little tug, yeah, good. So when I first do this with the dog, I actually don't attempt to touch the toy at all. So I might pretend like I'm faking here, like I'm going to touch it, or I'm going to get stuff, hey! So now she's getting a little bit frustrated because she wants me to engage with her. Hey, ready? So her most exciting game is when she's doing this. And she's good. Out. Good. Come right here. Fine. Go right there. Okay. So she's consistently, as you can see, driving to my hands. And just to reassure you, she was a dog that really struggled with this at first. She didn't naturally want to bring toys back to me. She wanted to take them and run off with them. And this took quite a bit of work to convince her that it was worthwhile engaging with me. Ready, steady, get it! Whee! Good. Ha-ha. This one. So again, not touching the toy. The biggest mistake people make is trying to grab the toy too soon. Also pushing her away. Yeah. And then a little tug. And letting her win again. Pushing her away. Getting her to drive. Whee! Yeah, good one. Good. Out. Good. Well done. Super. Give me a treat for that. Okay, get it. Sit. No. Come here. Sit. Good girl. So once my dog can understand the toy switching game and has value for my hands, I can now piece the two things together. Okay, good girl. Ready? So I'm going to do, come here. Ready, ready, ready. Wait for it. Gonna beat you. Ready, go. Good. One. Good. Really good. I can now introduce, if I get my second toy ready, switch. Yes, so reinforcing her with chasing my hands, and I can repeat that game now with the other toy. Thank you. Ready. Get it. Switch. Whoa. Switch. Nice, good girl. So she engages with my hands and gets reinforced for twitching. Eventually, I can do this with just one toy, where she'll bring the toy back and re-engage with me. All right? Good girl. Let's do that one. Haha. Ready, ready. Out. Ready. Ready. Get it. Whee! Yo. Oi. Quick. Quick. And I can add some control to it. Out. Did you forget? Thank you. Get it. Good. Nice. Good. Yay. So alternating between having her chase my hands, or on the ground even. Good. Yeah. Little tiny tugs. Engaging with my hands. Tiny tugs. Pushing her away. Good. Yeah. Pushing her away. Good. Out. Super. Get in. Ready. Do another one. Ready. Get it. I can also encourage her to jump up. Yeah. Yeah. Again, if you aren't able to bend over for your dog, you can get them to jump up. Out. Good. One more. Ready. Get it. Hey. Up. Yeah. Super. Good. Good. Okay. That'll do. Good. Okay. Well done. So, informal play retreat is really, really important skill to teach. Hello, madam. To teach your young dogs, and one that people often struggle with, and their dogs are reluctant to bring toys back to them. So a really, really worthwhile skill to train with your dogs. Okay? Anybody got any questions on that one? Thank you. Come in. Let's have a look. You can go up, yeah? Madam, you're not having any treats. Come in. Try. Come on. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Any questions? Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Excuse my hand on the screen. Okay. Oh, where you gone? Okay. Any questions at all? Just pop them up if you do. So, obviously this week I am opening up my online training, which covers, one of the things that we cover on that course, on my online course, is an informal play retrieve and a multitude of foundation skills that I use to teach my students, whether they do obedience, agility, working trials, IGP, Mondio, whatever they do, all of those, the foundations all start the same. And they're basis on which everything can be built on. Additionally to that, I'm obviously releasing my Heelwork course. If you are interested in either of those courses, go to www.kamalfernandez.co.uk and sign up. There should be, earlier in the week I gave out various codes to get fantastic offers. So at the moment, you can join my VIP groups on both the Heelwork course and the Foundation course absolutely free. So once you sign up for either of those courses, you can subscribe to, you will get the bonus, the free bonus of joining my VIP groups absolutely free. And if you join both courses, and you'll get both groups for free, and you get, again, something like, I think it's about nearly £250 off that what you would normally pay. So if you're interested in any of that, and I know that several of you have already signed up, which is amazing, it's a great community of people, and you'll get lots of content like this, lives with me. You can post videos and get feedback about your own training, so loads of additional stuff there. If you are at all interested, go to kamalfernandez.co.uk and sign up. So the this exclusive offer is going to be closing on Sunday. It's going to be closing on Sunday, after which it will revert back to the usual offer and the usual cost. Alright, so if you're interested, sign up now. Great opportunity for anybody that's interested in improving their heel work or wants to learn how to train heel work or creating really great foundations for whichever dog sport they partake in. Alright, so if you've got any questions, post them now. If not, I shall love you guys and leave you guys. Let's have a quick look. Anybody got any questions? Oh, I don't think so. Oh, hang on. Bear with me. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any questions. Again, informal play retrieve, great skill to teach your dogs. Go away, have fun with it, enjoy your dogs. I'm probably going to do another live on Thursday on a Heelwork specific behaviour. So if there's anything that you would like me to explain or go over that you have on Heelwork training specifically, post it and I'll have a look and I can respond. If not, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to go and walk my dogs or train them a little bit. And yeah, take care everybody. See you later.